When you hear the term emergency planning, what do you envisage? Quick, I need a conservatory. Obviously not, but to many people the role of the emergency planning team remains an enigma. Perhaps only there to tick a whiteboard box or make plans for emergencies that will never. Although emergency planning is a statutory duty that all local authorities in the UK must provide, you might be surprised to learn that incidents that the emergency planning team provide a response to happen quite frequently, and it's usually often during the early hours of a Sunday morning or the day before a bank holiday. West Northants Emergency Planning Officers, or EPOs, provide a 24/7, 365 response on behalf of the Council to any incident that cause harm or damage to the people, environment or infrastructure of West Northamptonshire that falls outside the remit of the traditional blue light, police, fire and ambulance services duties. For example, if there's a fire in a terraced house, the fire service will respond and deal with the fire. But have you ever wondered what the other people likely to be affected by the fire would do, or where they would go? It's likely that residents would have to leave neighbouring properties until it's safe for them to return to their homes. The road may need to be closed whilst the fire is being dealt with. People may need somewhere to stay temporarily. But what if they have pets? Where will these pets go? And what if there was a chemical that was causing toxic fumes due to the fire? These are all situations when the emergency planning team might get called to assist. So on an otherwise quiet evening at home, I was enjoying my last cup of tea before settling down to bed when the duty phone rang. Being the officer on call, the duty phone is always with you and always switched on, allowing you to respond at once to whatever instance you may be called on to help with, no matter what day or time you're contacted. There's always a slight sense of trepidation when the phone rings, as you never know what you might be confronted with. However, this nervousness soon subsides and your training kicks in. EPOs continually train, take part in exercises and meet with colleagues from the emergency services to share information, knowledge and experience to enable them to respond more efficiently to emergencies, and the process of information gathering begins. Police on scene. Have people been affected? Fire service on site? Ambulance or paramedics on site? Unknown fumes? Residents out of their homes? This all have the hallmarks of being a major incident. Once I'd received some information, I was confident that I knew the next steps to take were to ensure those who needed to be notified were informed and support was available for those involved. Was this a chemical spill? Was this an outbreak of some previously unknown illness? Did the residents need shelter? Would anyone else be affected? Did relatives need to be notified? These and many more questions formed the basis of my analysis. Next followed a call to West Northants Council communications team, as we may need to put some information out on social media or our website regarding the potential harm to other people if the chemical was dangerous and the fumes likely to spread, and the West Northants Council Duty Silver Officer for information. A Silver Officer is usually an Assistant Director from the Council who would be the public face of the incident if it were to escalate and affect large numbers of people within the community. They would liaise with the media, attend meetings with senior fire, police and health officers, and authorise council expenditure if necessary. Once those steps had been taken, it was time to message the rest of the team to let them know of the incident. This is all standard practice, partly to record the situations that we're involved with and partly to give other members of the team notice in case the incident escalated and may need support from other members of the team. Next came a phone call to my manager to discuss various options and actions. One of the greatest benefits of working in emergency planning is the knowledge that everyone supports and makes themselves available to help other members of the team if needed, and having the reassurance of a knowledgeable and supportive manager is the icing on the cake. Even if extra support isn't needed, there's always someone available to ask questions and run through possible actions and outcomes with. I'm never left feeling that though I'm inconveniencing anyone or asking stupid questions. I love the way that I never stop learning in this role. No two incidents are the same, and no two challenges are identical. From attending the command and control room at the Formula One British Grand Prix at Silverstone to making sure elderly people are safe for an Amazon Basics bed bug home in fumigation, things are never dull. Fortunately, on this occasion no one suffered any long-term adverse consequences to the fumes, and the other residents were able to return to their properties after a few hours, so no further action was needed from emergency planning. There's always a sense of relief when the situation de-escalates and you know that's the best possible outcome, even though you prepare for the worst case scenarios for people and lives can carry on as usual. Since I've been involved with emergency planning, I've been involved with responses to flooding, evacuations, fires, poisons, and unexploded World War II munitions, to mention a few. And the only thing I'd say to people is that if you see me running, follow.